Hello friends, in part 2 of how to draw an architectural floor plan using AutoCAD software, I'm going to explain to you how I actually set up my scale for these attributes, these texts. We're going to insert some doors, and if we have the time, then we will insert the hatches. So let's begin. Now the first thing that you wish to do is draw your outline accordingly, and I switched off some of the layers yesterday. We'll just turn all of them on. All right. And that's good enough. What we will do is we'll rotate this so that it has a landscape format or portrait, I mean a landscape view. And now that you can see that the grid numbers are a bit funny, one should be here and not the other way around. So what we can do is first we'll need to set up this grid so that it's actually showing from the left hand side. So for that, what we can simply do is select the three grids that we have created there in the wrong position, then type MI for mirror, then we type M2P for move to point or mirror to point, then we select the outer walls of the drawing, we rotate it so that the grids are actually now showing up to the left. We type yes, Y, and then press enter. Now as you can see that the grids are actually on the right side. Now as we can also see that the sections do not look to be okay. So what we can do is simply rotate them. Type RO for rotate, just snap on the center and rotate it like so. And then what you can do is just click on the callout, section callout, and use this hot grip and turn it this way. Similarly, you can do this. You can rotate using RO, snap to the center like so. Then you can use the hot grip and turn the section marker. Now if it's interfering with the text, what you can do is simply just move it out like so. And remember, I'm using a space bar or enter button for callout, for recalling a callout. You can just leave that there. Now these texts appear to be upside down, which should not actually happen. So just select on both of the texts, click over here, click into the properties and look for rotation. Here you have your rotation. You can just put this angle to a 0 and press enter. Now if you are not satisfied with this one, you can just go select them all one by one and go to rotation and press 180. Just experiment with the, it does not work, you can use 0 again and press enter. My apologies for that. Now that 270 works, we can use the similar angle for the text. Now that everything seems to be in line and okay, what we can do is rotate this so that it looks neat, and just reposition it into place like so. Don't worry about it touching the grid, you can also adjust it finally later on. So now these texts are not actually straight, so what you can do is double click on them on the grid callout, change the angle here to 270 or something that brings a text like so, and if that works, use that angle on all three grids. Text options, then 270. Okay. Okay. Once you have done that, you can also do it for the top ones. And what we can do is just simply change all these. So this one, we can change it to 1i. And the rotation of it can be 270. And if it does not match, then you can change it. So since we have done that, we'll also do all the angle changes for this one to 270, and we'll also change the grid numbers. So firstly, we'll change it to 1, because 1a is a continuation of wall grid number 1. Then we go to options and we just enter 270 and press OK. We can do the same over here. Then press OK. And similarly, you can carry on. Now you cannot use match properties to match the text orientations to these. It will not work. So don't ask me if it will work. As you can see that everything is now rotated and it actually looks neat. Now if you wish to change this text so that it's the exact mirror of this text, what you can do is simply click on this text, then click on properties, go to rotation, and just change that to a 90 if you think it's okay. If not, try it at 0, and there you go. And similarly, you can do this rotation for that one as well. Just enter the angle of 0, press enter. Now having a properties bar on the side really helps while you're working with drafting, because there are a lot of changes that you can make on the go. So now that we have set up everything here, what we will do is we will go to our number A02, unlock, double click inside to unlock, and try to locate the floor plane that you were just drawing. And you can scale it accordingly. So what I usually like to do is just experiment with some of the scales which I think will be better. Let's say if you put it to 1:100, it becomes too small for this page. So we can just play around with it and let's say 1:80. And there you go, it has made the changes. But as you can see that since it has made the changes here, all the grid lines and the other attributes are hidden. So what you can do is simply type RE for regenerate or regen, and then press enter, and it will bring back all of your grids and everything there, like so. Now if you're seeing that this text is gone missing, what you can do is just select the text. Hold on, let me first lock my viewport. Once you lock your viewport, no matter how many times you click the mouse, it will not actually move around. And change this scale. As you can see, it's not annotative, so we'll have to create an annotative block of it. Simply just explode this block. And delete it. We can add the actual annotative. Call out there. Oops, my mistake. Let me just reiterate on it. Just explode it, click on model, then just change the scales of these texts. Let's set to 1:100. You can change it to 1:80. Similarly for this, set to 1:100, and you can change the scale to 1:80. Make this, delete that scale, and there you go, it has made your changes. If it does not, you'll just have to go back again, like so. Now what you can do is just select this, type B for block, press enter, and then make sure that this is checked on, and you can say call out. Click on OK. Click on a point it will tell you to pick from, then just select the objects and press enter. Click on OK. Now it will not show here because the scale is actually set to 1:20. So what we'll do is we'll go back here. And change the annotation to 1:80. Okay, this seems to be really screwing around with me. So what I'll do is I'll delete this for now and I'll add that one later on in the video. Okay, now the next thing that we will need to do is to insert our doors in here. So what we can do is simply we can just turn off all the grids and the things that are not important temporarily. So click on this one will turn off the grids, and just select your layer and turn them off. Now what we will do is we'll insert our door. So we have inserted door number 1 as an entry door. So what we can do is simply just copy this, paste it outside, or paste it into this area like so, and we can call that our door number 1. And it's always best to have the door open towards the wall and not towards this side to save upon space. Now the best thing about multi-lines is you don't have to make extra lines. If you wish to trim, what you can do is just type Excel for X line, copy all of these X lines there, select your line, select your multi-line, type TR for trim, press enter, and there you go. Now if you were to use a rectangle, and you will not be able to actually complete a line like so. What you will need to do is we'll have to draw another line, then you'll have to do a 0 radius fillet, and it's a long process to do. Okay, now that that is done, door number 1 is for entry and door number 2 will be for bedrooms. So what we'll do is just copy door number 2, pick point from the center, and you can just paste it there like so. Then what you can do is simply select and just move this one so that it snaps like so. Now there's another thing that you can do. Just click on your multi-line, select this hot grip, match it up with this, and you can just drop it there. But for this case, I'll show you how you actually trim it. So what I can do is just type Excel for X line, construction line, and press enter. Then select your line or your cutting plane, then select your object, type TR for trim, and trim it off. Now if you were to do the same thing with a rectangle, let me just show you what I'm saying. It will be quite difficult. We'll use the same procedure. As you can see, now you have to delete quite a number of lines. Then you'll have to draw another line. Then you'll have to either 0 radius fillet or just join them. In this case, I'll join them, J for join. And that will waste at least a few seconds of your time. So multi-line style is actually better to use because it has the option to trim automatically. Now similarly, what we can do is we can just select these two and we can mirror these doors so that it actually comes as an entry for this room here. So to mirror, we'll select both the door and the text, type MI for mirror, then type M2P for mirror to point or move to point, then select the center of these two planes, and there you go. Type Excel for X line. Now that is your trimming plane, then copy these and just place them there like so. Select your points or your trimming lines and just trim it off like so. Now, if you do not wish to add a DOA here, you don't have to, but in this case, I will. So what I can do is just simply copy DOA number 2 and just paste it over here. Or you can just mirror this. You don't really have to copy all the time. So select your objects, type MI for mirror, and I'll take the center of this wall, and there you go. And you just type N so that it does not actually delete the original DOA. So what you can do is either delete, or you can use this method. I mean, either trim, or you can use this method and just click on the hot grip, drag it there so that it's perpendicular, and there you go. Now, if you feel that this DOA should be slightly more in front and there shouldn't be a gap here, you can just move them out, or for this case, I'll leave it as it is. Now what we will do is we will create a DOA opening for the washroom, or for the toilet, and for the shower. For that, what we can do is simply use DOA number 3, copy, and paste it there in the center of the wall. You can either mirror to point, or you can just do that. Now, as you can see that this orientation is wrong, I want the DOA to actually open to this wall. So what I'll do is select this, the text, and this, the DOA, and type MI, then type M2P. Then I'll select the 2 outer edges of the DOA. You can also use the inner edges. And you can just mirror it like so. And type Y to delete the original. There you go. Similarly, you can mirror this DOA here. Or you can just move this DOA more to the left. Like so. Then what you can do is draw your construction line. You can also use a polyline, but with a polyline you'll have to draw it upwards. Then you'll have to move it down. So I prefer a construction line, easy to draw. Then select and copy, paste it over there. Select this, select your multi-line, then select your trimming planes, and you can trim like so. Now that you can see, you have inserted a DOA into all the required areas. So let's do the hatching. Now, one thing about hatching is that it does not recognize the outer perimeter of this block. So what we will do is we'll change our layer to outline. Then we'll type REC for rectangle, and we'll draw the rectangle like so. Now you don't have to draw the rectangles, you can be smart here. What you can do is just draw once and then copy twice. Copy that outline of a rectangle everywhere in that orientation. Then you can copy the outline of this one and paste it as you go everywhere. Then you can just copy this rectangle again. And you can paste it over there, and then you can just click on the rectangle, use the middle hot grip, and adjust it accordingly. Then you can copy this and paste it there. Now that you have drawn your outline, what we can do is we can start to etch the concrete wall. Now if you wish, you can create a corner here, which I will do. And if you wish to create corner joints for most of these, you can also do it for this. Now we will etch our wall. So for etch, type H, then enter. Or you have to set up your etch layer first. Either create or set it up. I'll just set it up for this case. We'll do a concrete wall etch. Then we'll type H for etch and press enter. Then what we will do is we'll set up our etch. Now we will use this to show the section of the wall. To show the display of the wall, and we'll change this color to white, number 7 white, and we'll leave this one to 255 white, and then just etch accordingly. As you can see, it has done the etch for you in several places. Now what you can do is just etch all. Do not etch everything one go, otherwise what will happen, if you delete one, it will delete all. Go etching one by one. Etching makes your PC really slow, so you might want to take it easy as well. If you wish to see what your etch looks like, because one is a white that will print as black, and the other one is just a plain white which will print as white. So what we can do is go to your floor plan that you have set up and locked. If you see that it's too dark, what you can do is double click inside, click your etch, and just change the scale of it. So let's say we can put it at 10. If you're not happy with it, you can put it to 50. And that seems to be perfect for me. Now that you have done one over there, come back up here, type MA4, match properties, select this and just match it to all the hatches. And go back to A02 to your layout space, just to check if you have done it the right way or no. At times when you do the hatches, what it will do is it will cover the actual outline of it. So you can just simply select the hatch and type DR for draw order and send it back. There you go. Or you can use the other option, just type RE for region and then press enter. It will bring back your outlines. If it does not, use the DR option and draw order option. And as you can see that we have not actually done this, so I have not actually done that. So what I'll do is I'll just do MAE for match property and match this up like so. So now that you can see you have done the hatch for the wall, and what we'll do is we'll do a tile hatch, and I'll just type REC for rectangle and draw it accordingly like so. Or you can just do one room if you are not happy with doing the entire floor. Then you can move this out like so over there. You can change this to your tiles layer. You can say that is tiles. Now we can create our hedge of tiles. So I've already told you how you can create your H. The process is similar. You just have to select it from here. In this case, I'll inherit the property from another tile that I had used in another drawing. So I'll type H for H, press enter. Then I'll click on settings. And then I'll click on inherit properties. I'll go to where I had done the H's because I don't wish to redo all the H's again. Select the H, come down and just H it in there like so. And then we can copy that, we can copy the H with a base point and paste it there like so. Select the H, type DR for draw order and send it back. So if you wish, you can actually drag this over here all the way. Then you can drag this down here all the way. If it covers your wall, what you can do is type DR for draw order, then press enter, then just send it back. Now as you can see that the H is actually covering our block reference. So that is why I had asked you to draw a polyline outline. So we'll select that polyline outline, then we'll select the H, then we'll type TR for trim, press enter, and we'll just trim out that one like so. You can repeat the similar process for the others. So once you have done your hatching, this is what it should look like. Now this is just an example of the hatching that I've given you. In the next video, I will show you how to actually properly hatch the floor tiles and insert the furniture blocks and the washroom blocks along with the text. This is my floor plan text. This is the floor finishing key, and this is the depth of drop that my floors will have. So the wet area floors will be dropped 50 mm from the finished floor level of the existing house. Otherwise, what will happen is when you take a shower, all the water from your shower will actually come into your living room and your bedroom, and that's not a good thing. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about us as well. If you have any queries, please let me know via comments. Thank you very much.